You think buying a $60,000 car to impress your neighbors costs $60,000? Wrong. It costs you $347,000. And here's the part that'll make you angry. You're not even impressing the people you think you are. Let me show you how one purchase to look successful can quietly steal your entire retirement. This is the story of Sarah and the expensive lessons she learned from watching her friend Mark. Sarah makes $75,000 a year. Good job. Decent person. Works in marketing for a mid-sized company. Gets her coffee from the same place every morning. Has a solid group of friends. Normal life. But Sarah has a problem. Her college roommate just bought a BMW. Her cousin posts Instagram stories from a boat. Her coworker won't shut up about his new watch, and her friend Mark, he just leased a brand new Mercedes SUV, obsidian black, leather seats, the works. Sarah feels behind. Not broke, not struggling, just behind. Like everyone around her figured out some secret to success that she missed. Like she's the only one still driving a 7-year-old sedan while everyone else upgraded to the luxury tier of life. So Sarah does what everyone does when they feel this way. She decides to invest in her image. She starts scrolling through car dealerships online, reading reviews, watching YouTube videos about the best SUVs under $65,000, building her dream configuration on manufacturer websites at 11 p.m. on a Tuesday. 3 weeks later, Sarah pulls into her driveway in a $60,000 SUV. Nothing crazy, not a Porsche, not a Range Rover, just a loaded Ford Explorer. Heated seats, panoramic sunroof, all the safety features. The monthly payment is $891 for 7 years at 6.5% interest because her credit is good but not great. I deserve this, Sarah tells herself as she signs the paperwork. I work hard. I'm almost 30. It's time to look the part. And she does work hard. 50-hour weeks. Brings work home sometimes, answers emails on Sundays. She's not lazy, she's not irresponsible, she just wants to feel like she's winning. But here's what Sarah doesn't know yet. Here's the thing nobody told her. This one decision, this single purchase made to feel successful, is going to cost her everything. And the worst part? She's about to learn it from Mark. 6 months after Sarah buys her SUV, she meets Mark for coffee. They've been friends since college. He's always been the responsible one, the one who meal prepped before it was cool, the one who read personal finance books for fun while everyone else was at the bar. Sarah pulls up in her new SUV. Feels good, feels right. Mark's Mercedes is parked 2 spots down. They order their drinks and sit down. Sarah's expecting Mark to compliment her car, maybe ask about the features, validate her decision. Instead, Mark says something that ruins her entire week. I'm getting rid of the Mercedes. Sarah almost spits out her coffee. What? You just got it like 8 months ago. That thing is beautiful. Mark smiles. Not a happy smile, a tired smile. It's costing me everything, Sarah, and I just figured it out. Sarah doesn't understand. Mark has a good job, makes about the same as her, maybe a bit more. How could a car payment be a problem for him? Mark pulls out his phone and shows her a spreadsheet, because of course Mark has a spreadsheet. My payment is $847 a month. I thought I could handle it. It's just a car payment, right? Everyone has one. Sarah nods. Hers is $891, basically the same. But then I actually did the math, real math, over time. And Sarah, I'm not paying $847 for a car. I'm paying for a lost future. He turns his phone toward her. The spreadsheet shows his payment over the life of the loan, 7 years, $74,844 for a car that'll be worth maybe $25,000 when he's done paying for it. But that's not the scary part. The scary part is the second column, the one titled, What I'm Actually Losing. He explains it like this. Every month, I'm choosing between 2 things. I can pay $847 for the car, or I can invest $847 for my future. I can't do both. I don't make enough to do both and still live. Sarah starts doing the math in her head. She's not great at math, but she can multiply. So over 7 years, you're paying like 74 grand? $74,844. But that's just the start. Mark swipes to another tab on his spreadsheet. If I invested that $847 every month instead of giving it to the bank, and if I got a 10% return, which is pretty normal for the stock market over long periods, do you know what I'd have after 7 years? Sarah guesses, like 80 grand? $91,000. Sarah feels something shift in her chest. That's real money. That's put a down payment on a house money. That's take 6 months off and figure your life money. But Mark's not done. And if I left that money alone until I was 65, just let it grow, that $91,000 turns into $1.5 million. The coffee shop gets very quiet. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe Sarah just stops hearing anything except the number repeating in her head. $1.5 million. But wait, Sarah says, because her brain is trying to find the loophole, the reason this can't be true. You need a car. Everyone needs a car. I need transportation. I don't need a $60,000 Mercedes. I could buy a used Honda Civic for $15,000 cash. Reliable, good on gas, boring as hell, but it gets me to work. Sarah feels defensive now. So we're supposed to drive beaters forever? Never have anything nice? Mark shakes his head. I'm not saying that. I'm saying we need to understand the trade. When I bought this car, I thought I was trading $847 for a nice car, but I was actually trading my 40s, my 50s, and my 60s for a nice car in my 30s. I was trading retire at 55 for look cool at 32. Sarah sits back in her chair. She thinks about her SUV in the parking lot, the one that made her feel successful 6 months ago, and now just feels heavy. Mark continues. And it's not just the payment, Sarah. That's what got me. The payment is the obvious part. It's all the hidden costs that actually kill you. He shows her another section of his spreadsheet. Insurance on a luxury car versus a used Honda, an extra $150 a month. Premium gas versus regular, another $50 a month. Maintenance and repairs on a complicated German vehicle versus a simple Japanese one, at least $100 a month averaged out. That's $300 extra a month I'm bleeding just to own something fancy. Over 7 years, that's 25 grand another. Invested, that 25,000 becomes another 400,000 by retirement. Sarah does the math, slowly, painfully. Mark's car isn't costing him the sticker price. It's not even costing him the financed price. It's costing him nearly $2 million in future wealth for a car. So what are you going to do? Asks Sarah. I'm selling it, taking the hit on depreciation, buying something boring, and I'm going to invest the difference every single month until I'm old. Sarah drives home in her SUV that day, and for the first time since she bought it, she didn't feel successful. She felt trapped. Here's what Sarah started to understand that day, and what most people never figure out. There's a game being played. It's not a conspiracy. Nobody's sitting in a dark room plotting against you, but it's real and it's expensive. The game is called status, and the rules are simple. You see what other people have, you feel bad that you don't have it, you buy something to catch up, you feel good for a minute, then you see someone with something better, you feel bad again, repeat until broke. The trick is this. You're comparing your insides to everyone else's outsides. You see their car, you don't see their credit card debt. You see their vacation photos, you don't see their empty retirement account. You see their designer watch, you don't see them eating cheap pasta for dinner 4 nights a week to afford it. You see their success, you don't see their stress. And because you don't see the whole picture, you make the same mistake they did. You think the car or the watch or the vacation is the thing that makes you successful, so you buy it, and you go broke. And then someone else sees you and thinks you're successful, and they go broke trying to keep up with you. It's a pyramid scheme, except instead of recruiting new members, you're recruiting new insecurities. Sarah realized something that week, something that changed everything. The people she was trying to impress didn't care. Her neighbors with their nice houses, they didn't notice her SUV. They were too busy worrying about their own mortgage. Her coworkers, they complimented it once and never mentioned it again. The strangers at stoplights, they forgot her car existed 4 seconds after the light turned green. She was spending almost $1,000 a month on an audience that didn't exist. 3 months after her coffee with Mark, Sarah made a decision. She didn't want to. It felt like admitting defeat. It felt embarrassing, but she did it anyway. She sold the SUV, took a hit, lost about $8,000 between depreciation and early payoff penalties. It hurt. Then she bought a 2018 Toyota Camry for $18,000 cash. Beige, cloth seats, no special features. The kind of car you forget about 5 minutes after you see it. It felt like going backward. For about 2 weeks, then something weird happened. Sarah's life got easier. Without the $891 car payment, she suddenly had breathing room. She paid off her credit cards, all of them. For the first time since college, her balance was zero. She opened a retirement account and set up automatic investments, $900 a month, the same amount she was spending on the SUV. She didn't think about it, didn't watch it, just let it happen. The boring Camry just worked. It started every morning, it got good gas mileage, nobody tried to break into it because nobody cared about a beige Camry. And something else happened, something Sarah didn't expect. She stopped caring what other people drove. When she was in the SUV, she was constantly comparing. Is that woman's Audi nicer than my Ford? Is my trim level better than that Jeep? She was stuck in the game. In the Camry, there was nothing to compare. It was a basic car. No competition, no status, just transportation. And it was freeing. 6 years later, Sarah checked her investment account for the first time in months. The balance was $87,000. She sat in her kitchen, still driving the same boring Camry, looking at a number that represented actual freedom. Not the fake freedom of a nice car, real freedom. Quit your job if you hate it freedom. Take a year off and travel freedom. Start a business freedom. Mark texted her that same week. Just crossed 6 figures in investments. Thank God for boring cars. Sarah sent back a picture of her account balance. He replied with one emoji, a champagne bottle. 2 people in their mid-30s driving forgettable cars, quietly building wealth while everyone around them financed their way into permanent broke. Here's what Sarah learned and what Mark taught her. Real rich people don't look rich. They look normal. Sometimes they look poor. Warren Buffett drives a modest car and lives in a house he bought in 1958. The founder of IKEA drove a 15-year-old Volvo. The guy who created Minecraft wore a hoodie to accept his billions. Fake rich people look rich. They lease German cars they can't afford. They wear watches worth 6 months of rent. They vacation in places they'll be paying off for years, and they're broke. Not broke like can't eat, broke like 2 missed paychecks from disaster, broke like 65 years old and still working. The real flex isn't the car, it's the freedom. It's saying no to a job you hate because you have 2 years of expenses saved. It's retiring at 55 because you invested the car payment instead of driving it. It's sleeping at night because you're not drowning in payments. That's the flex, the invisible one, the one nobody sees on Instagram. Sarah is 40 now, still driving a Camry, a newer one, but still boring. Her investment account is worth $340,000. If she doesn't touch it and keeps adding $900 a month, she'll have over $2 million by 60. $2 million because she chose boring. The people she went to college with, the ones with the nice cars 10 years ago, most of them are still making payments, still looking successful, still broke. Sarah looks like she never figured it out, like she's still driving a boring car because she can't afford better. And that's exactly the point. The people you're trying to impress don't matter. The car doesn't matter, the watch doesn't matter, the handbag doesn't matter. The only person you need to impress is the 65-year-old version of you. And that version of you doesn't care what car you drove at 30. They care whether you have to work or get to choose. Choose boring. Choose invisible. Choose the $347,000 because the math doesn't lie, even when the marketing does. Your future self will thank you.